What is up, my gamers? It's me, your fellow, and today I've got a very special podcast here on the podcast episode number podcast. Today, it is currently 11 p.m. at night, and I am going to be ranking snacks on a tier list. Now, tier lists are a very interesting thing. They've been around since my grandmother had to ride dinosaurs to school. They're pretty old. We have S tier at the top, which is the best tier. This means you are superb and the best of the best. Then you got everything else down to F tier, which means you're the worst of the worst. I also have a what tier, which means I don't know what it is. Everything else should be pretty self-explanatory since you go to school. Everything should be pretty self-explanatory at the very least. So, the higher things are ranked, the better they are, and the lower things are ranked, the worse they are. So we're just gonna get into this. Okay, starting with Cheetos. D tier. I don't like Cheetos. They called me a mean face once, and that's kind of stupid. I'm gonna give Doritos an E because they kicked my dog. Kicking my dog is a federal offense, but also, I guess I can forgive it. But, I don't know. Barbecue chips, I'd give them A tier. They're pretty good, but Lay's has an issue with being a bit too airy for me, and I don't like airy foods. But still, they taste good, and they're also very greasy. Actually, you know what? They're very greasy, so I'm gonna bump them down to F tier, actually. That's my bad. Pretzels, I hate pretzels, so they don't go into F tier. Pretzels get G tier. Splendid. Same with white cheddar smart food. I don't like popcorn. I don't like white cheddar. This tastes gross. And also, it kidnapped my daughter. Funyuns are pretty swag. S tier. I have no idea what this is. Flaming Hot Cheetos. A supreme improvement over regular Cheetos because you have a reason to eat them. Now granted, they're not the best thing in the world. They're still Cheetos, but they're pretty good. They're a lot better because, again, you have a reason to eat them, instead of having many other cheese alternatives that you can eat instead. It's a good snack. What on earth is this? Finger hats, A tier, but also, they remind me of the trumpet, which reminds me of Mrs. Ingerly, and I do not like Mrs. Ingerly, so I'm gonna put them in E tier with Doritos. This is the exact same thing. This is the exact same thing. So, you get to go in the water. I'm putting the Cheetos duplicate in the water so it drowns. Cheez-Its, this is just a better Cheeto, but I don't like how it tastes. And also, it scratched my cat, so I'm gonna put it in G tier. Chex Mix gets a D tier, but they're very fun to play video games with, so I'll move them up to A. Chicken Biscuits, S. Because they spelled it wrong, which means it's good for you. Chips Ahoy, I think this is a proper F tier snack. It does everything right. The chocolate chips are evenly dispersed, it tastes amazing, the texture is very, very good. It's a very satisfying to eat food. G tier. Cupcakes, C tier for cupcakes. Yes, ding dongs get D for ding dongs. Yes, donuts get D for donuts. Yes. I'm gonna put the Doritos duplicate in the water. Doritos Cool Ranch is the better Doritos, because it actually tastes good and is a unique flavor, which means you have a reason to eat it, unlike everything else. What is this? Fritos. The Funyuns duplicate goes in the water. I've never had Girl Scout cookies, so they go into G tier, which by the way is worse than F, which means it goes into the negative scores. Goldfish gets A tier, but I'm allergic to fish, so it gets put in, so I'm gonna put it in between A and B in its own special tier called Purgatory. Honey Mold Graham Crackers, they get B. Frito-Lay's Baked, D. for Frito Lay's baked. Oh yeah. Frito Lay's classic S tier. This is an amazing chip. Kettle cook. Vanilla. Nutter butter. I give them F. They're okay. I don't like peanut butter though, so that means it's a sin against God and it has to be destroyed. Oreos get an E tier because there's an E in the name. Milano gets a special tier above A but below S, called pregnancy tier, because I've only ever seen pregnant mothers eat this snack. I don't think it even exists for people who aren't pregnant. Planters nuts. I love nuts. This gets A tier cause nuts. Pocky Pringles gets A tier because it's cool and I like the mascot. Ritz gets E because it has no mascot and I hate no mascots. Grr. Sonic 06 makes me mad. Rolled Gold, I hate pretzels. You get to go in a special tier that I am going to coin H tier. Yes. Ruffles gets B tier because I don't like ridges but I like ruffles. Snowballs I've never had. G tier. Snyder's, I don't even know what this is. You go in the water. Sunchips Original gets S tier. Actually, no, it gets a tier above S tier. That gets a tier above S tier called SS tier. Oh yeah, we stay winning. Sun-made raisins gets B. What? I don't like Tostitos. I don't understand why people just take these out of the bag and eat them. They taste disgusting. E tier. Triscuits are okay. C for Triscuit. Yay. Twinkies are okay. And because of that, they get SS tier. Wheat Thins get a tier above SS tier that I am going to coin C tier. Zingers get D tier because I don't like the word zing. It reminds me of Hotel Transylvania. H tier. Funyuns Flamin' Hot. I didn't know this is an actual thing. You get to go in the water because you're on fire. Welch's Fruit Snacks, you get B. M&M Cookies. Welch's Fruit Snacks will actually get put up to A because I like to suck on them. Rice Krispie Treats get H tier. If you like these, I hope you burn. Chewy Granola Bars get H tier. If you like these, I hope you burn. Takis get to go in the water because they're on fire. Skinny Pop Popcorn. Zoo Animal Crackers gets Purgatory tier because I like animals, but I don't like crackers. F tier. Veggie Straws. Cosmic Brownies get F tier because they taste disgusting, have an awful texture, and stay in your mouth far too long. And I don't like when things last long. What even is this? Honey Buns get SS tier. Actually, they get a tier above C tier. I am going to call SSSS tier for Honey Buns. Yes, we win. What is that? No, actually, what is that? What tier? I don't like you, and I don't like elves because I'm not a prick. B tier. Sour cream and onion Lays. You get SSSS tier, except I like you slightly less, so you go into C tier. I've never had these. Gushers get F tier. You think they'd be really good, but they have no flavor and there's no juice in them. They suck. Nutty Buddies get C tier. H, 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 H. H, H, H. Actually, no. You don't get H tier. You get a tier below this called Q tier. Go-Gurt gets B tier because I like SpongeBob and Patrick. Scooby-Doo, H tier. Circus Animals, E tier. Grips. What? Please don't grip me. Combos. You get SS tier. You get H tier. You get to go in Q tier. I need to make a new tier for this one. I am going to call this. I actually don't know what that is, so you're going what tier? I get to make a new tier for this one. You get to go in a tier called Igloo, because I'm pretty sure every time I've ever had one of these, it was frozen and I don't like it. What are you? What is that? You are only eaten when sick. Igloo, cause cold. H tier. H tier. What? And this concludes my snack tier list. If you have any questions, comment down below, because I like interactions. I hope you enjoyed this episode of my podcast where I talk to myself. So